Yeah, we're making a habit of playing 110 minutes. It's not something I particularly appreciate, but at least we're keeping a clean sheet in that regard. Both of our ties this year, I think, have been 0-0, and so kudos to the goalkeeping and the defenders and all the stuff that we do to try to keep the ball out of the goal. The results fine. It's not what we were looking for. We certainly came here tonight expecting and hoping that we would deserve the win, earn the win. And I think this result's fair for the evening. They had some stretches, we had some stretches. They had some opportunities that looked dangerous. I think we had the cleanest opportunity, and Matty Les made a tremendous save. So I think the result's fair. I'm disappointed with our performance, if I'm going to be honest. I think we had a lot of the ball in the first half. I think we had control of the game. I think we had the opportunity to really assert ourselves and put the pressure on them and score and challenge them to see if they could come back. And we just weren't at all engaged in the final third. We weren't hungry. We weren't hunting goals. And so it's just my opinion. I think we let them off the hook, and we let them go to halftime and regroup, and they changed shapes, and they got energized. And I know Neil well enough, I know Gavin well enough to know that tactically they were going to make the adjustment they needed to, that they would get their team energized and excited, and that it would be a completely different game in the second half. And it was. And they really put us on our heels the first 5-10 minutes, and then I think the game leveled out. So I wish we would have played better. I think that would have led to a result, but Cincinnati's a good team, and that's my message to them is, we probably caught them where they were. Their confidence isn't at the highest it's ever been, and they have plenty of good players, and they have plenty of commitment and dedication, and we let them hang in the game, and then we saw all of it, and then it just became a battle and a coin flip, and that's not really what I prefer.
First trip back to Cincinnati. What are some of your thoughts? It's kind of a homecoming for you. Aside from the game, what are your feelings playing this match?
I think this is a tremendous environment that was able to be created this evening. So we were able to get a great crowd. I don't know what the announced crowd was, but it was big and it was lively, and there were chants and claps, and it was just, I would have loved to play in this game. And it's cool playing in the stadium. It's just very neat. And it was everything you'd expect out of a crosstown matchup between two programs. So it's surreal being on the other bench and looking across and seeing those guys that we went to battle with many, many times over the years. Seeing so many old, friends and employees and players that we recruited and their families, and I loved it. I mean, this whole soccer community in the end is one, and I just wish we would have came away with a better performance and a better result.
You've gone nearly 400 minutes without allowing a goal. What are some of your thoughts on your defense and how they've stepped up in the last few games?
I'm tough on the defenders, and it's because they can take it, and they're resilient, and they're good players, and they're good people. And whenever you have 4 straight clean sheets, is that what we have?
Yep.
It has to be applauded and acknowledged. But I really think we have a huge platform for growth. I don't think we've come anywhere near we can, including in the back. And part of that is we've created our own problems back there, which I think energize them. We've played 8 games and 8 play dates, so we've played the maximum amount of games you can. We've played 3 at home and 5 away. We've gone to double overtime many times. We had 9 players not dressed today. We had 5 center midfielders out, the same position. And obviously I think some people know what happened yesterday in the men's game, and I know for a fact that weighed heavy on some people. And that makes it all the more difficult to find energy and to find that extra gear. And so I understand it. I understand why we might be fatigued and why we might not have put our best foot forward, but I acknowledge it and I don't care. I still think we have more. I think we could have dug deeper, and we have real goals. I've said it before. We want to go to the NCAA tournament. We want to be considered a real program in the country, and if so, we have to find ways to be that 10%, 20% greater in the most crucial moments.